got a tattoo on your forehead.
They were running a contest where the first listener to tattoo the letters KRUD on their forehead would win a $250,000 prize.
Hi, Jo Bailey here, clinical psychologist, my channel's Brain and Beyond, where I look at some serious things and some silly things. I have spent the last 6 weeks doing very serious videos. John Benet Ramsey and Shanda Van Der Ark. Really heavy stuff. So today I am lightening the mood. This is a very silly video, well, serious for the plaintiff in the case, but it is a bit of a funny one. In fact, it's probably the craziest and funniest and also saddest, all mixed together, court cases that I've seen. It's hard not to laugh. I laughed through it. I apologize for laughing through this in advance, but if you get through this and don't laugh, let me know. It's very funny. It does have a happy ending, but I'll let you wait and see what that is. Let's have a look.
Today on Personal Injury Court.
You got a tattoo on your forehead.
They were running a contest where the first listener to tattoo the letters KRUD on their forehead would win a $250,000 prize.
You're asking this court to award you $510,000. He's insane!
This is Personal Injury Court.
Good day, everyone. This is the matter of Bell versus KRUD and Jones. Mr. Bell, it's my understanding from the documents you filed with this court that you are suing KRUD, the radio station, and its DJ for your putting a tattoo on your head. You're asking this court to award you damages of $250,000, future medical of $10,000, pain and suffering of $250,000 for a total award of $510,000. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones and Ms. Young, you are here representing KRUD, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's you all's position that this was a prank. He should know that. This is his fault. He did a stupid thing, and it's not your fault.
So I found out that they were running a contest or promotion, if you will, where the first listener to tattoo the letters KRUD on their forehead would win a $250,000 prize. Now, Your Honor, a little backstory. I live with my parents, and they are about to lose their house. There was a foreclosure. My father was laid off from his job after 22 years, and I saw this as a heaven-sent, if you will, opportunity that came at just about the right time for me to help save my parents and my house as well.
Desperate people do desperate things, and I don't like it when people prey on others that are desperate and needy.
So you put a tattoo on your forehead to save your parents' house?
Yes, that's correct,
But
in
it's
short.
funny.
You are a really good son. Crazy, but definitely a good son. Ms. Young, you are here representing KRUD, the radio station, right?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And Mr. Jones, you are the DJ for KRUD, right?
That's right, sir. I'm Cyrus Jones, aka Crazy Cyrus, as many of maybe members here know me as. I'm pretty famous in these parts, mostly for the crazy pranks and antics that we get up to in our station. We actually brought some video evidence of past contests that we run with the station, starting out with bobbing for pig's feet. That's right, hog's hoof, a showdown to win free groceries for the year. Next, we've got the battle of the bridegrooms. You're gonna see some guys in drag. This is a drag race to win a $10,000 wedding ring. And of course, our famous Manny's Belly Flop Challenge for $5,000 worth of concert tickets. Obviously, we get up to some crazy stuff at KRUD.
Okay, so what happened?
I don't know, but all those pranks seem pretty harmless comparatively. I'd probably do them for the money or the prizes that they offered. No long-term damage, no permanent disfiguration to your body. Let's keep going.
I found out about this contest, if you'd like to call it that, from a friend that morning, and naturally I was a little skeptical. So what I did to cover all bases was I called the radio station, and I spoke with a gentleman who identified himself as one of Cyrus's crew.
Okay.
And he did, in fact, confirm that this offer was legit. He also directed me to the contest page on the station's website, and the contest rules explained everything.
So it says 3 easy steps to win a fortune. Number 1, take our call letters, KRUD. Number 2, tattoo them across your forehead, which is what you did.
Yes, sir.
Be the first listener to do it and win $250,000.
Yes, sir. That simple. So as you can imagine, I didn't waste any time. I dashed down to the first tattoo parlor I could find that was near my house, and I asked for a rush job on the tattoo, which, by the way, was not cheap. It took a couple of hours for
And you got a tattoo on your forehead?
Yes, sir, I did. As soon as they were done, paid them up, dashed down to the radio station, and the people just looked at me. They glared at me in disbelief, almost like they weren't even aware that this was going on.
Okay.
They started pointing at me and laughing at me. Who does that, Your Honor? In a professional setting, who does that? They took out their phones and started taking pictures of me, probably posting it on social media.
All right.
So eventually, after I was standing there for about 10 minutes, a representative came down from the studio and explained to me that this was, quote unquote, a big misunderstanding. He didn't say a prank. He said a big misunderstanding.
Okay.
And that there was no prize money to be won for me.
I mean, we get up to some crazy stuff, but I could have never imagined in a million years somebody would have actually tattooed our station letters to their forehead.
$250,000 is a lot of money. There are a lot of folks that would do that, right?
Seriously.
How's he to know that this is not real?
Your Honor, he clearly did not read the rules. I mean, come on, if he would have went to the webpage, it would have clearly said, there was a link on there that said official rules. See the link right there? If he would have clicked on that link, the link would have took him to the page that said April Fools.
Now, did you see that link?
Certainly did not see that, Your Honor. And I have vision problems in both my two eyes. I can't see something that small.
So this ha-ha, we got you April Fools from the whole crazy crew at KRUD Radio is what he would have seen had he clicked on that link.
Absolutely. You know what? What we've heard today is someone who was rushed and ready to win some money, and he didn't take the necessary steps to protect himself.
Is that on
He
him?
just followed the link. He heard from a friend about this contest.
I see how you spin it that way, but you gotta see, you got a good son in a desperate situation
Yes.
trying to save his parents' house. He gets an opportunity to get $250,000 because y'all say, put a tattoo on and come get your money. Do you see how he got there? Why didn't you click on the little link on the bottom?
Your Honor, I missed that. It was too small for me to see.
So you know.
I think he saw it, but the sense of urgency, the competition clearly said the first person to go and get this tattooed. He didn't read anymore. The first person, he was off. So, you know, he probably did see it, but he didn't take the time to read it because he wanted to be that first person.
Never saw this second page.
Yes, sir, that's correct. I never saw that second page.
What's the general public's reaction when you go around to some place like lunch or take your parents out to dinner or go to work?
In short, KRUD. I mean, Your Honor, there's been a laundry list of things how this has horribly negatively impacted my life. I lost my job because of this. My girlfriend broke up with me. My dating life's been a shambles. You know, I wanted to use this money to help save our home. And the biggest thing about it is the tattoo laser removal surgery that I'm gonna need to have,
Yes,
the
sir.
procedures. I can't afford that. And from what I understand, the research that I've done, it may not even be possible to remove all of this without scarring.
Okay, I am laughing. It's hard not to laugh, but on a serious side, this guy has really suffered from this. I mean, who goes and does something like that unless they are absolutely desperate? I do feel for him. Of course, there's a consequence for tattooing any kind of big word across your forehead, but he obviously thought if he won $250,000, he'd have the funds to remove it. So, yeah, aside from laughing, I do feel for him.
Mr. Bell, at 5,000 feet, okay, you gotta wrap your arms around some of the common sense of, do I really get a tattoo on my head for something? This is the day, right?
Well,
April 1st?
Well, one thing that
He's crazy Cyrus. He doesn't do anything that's sane. He's insane. Folks, I think I have heard what I need to hear, and I am ready to render my decision. In every personal injury case, the plaintiff has to prove three things: that the wrong caused harm. Mr. Bell, you have put up evidence in this case that the radio station and Mr. Jones put out an advertisement that you get $250,000 to put the call letters on your head. Now, you were under some duress in trying to save your parents' home. That is a noble thing, and I understand why you did that. Now, you had certain responsibilities. You called the station to ask someone, is this real? You actually got on the website and saw the advertisement itself. But you did not click the little link in the corner that would have let you know that this was absolutely a prank.
Okay, I am watching this for the first time, so I'm pausing to ask you, is that fair? Is that little link sufficient for the radio station to be not responsible for this man doing what he did? I don't know. I think if you've got those 3 steps, basically go out and get tattooed, first person that does it gets the $250,000, I think most people are going to react there. They want to be the first person. So I don't think that little link is sufficient, but I don't know what's going to happen. I do hope that this guy is compensated at least for the money that he never got, but I would think also for some pain and suffering as well. Let's see what happens.
You all believe that had he clicked the link, he never would have had a tattoo on his head.
True.
And what he did was a stupid thing
True.
that you all should not have to pay for.
Not true.
In a fraud case, Mr. Bell has to prove that you all represented something that you knew wasn't true. You knew somebody was likely to rely on it, that person relies on it, and then they're harmed. In the evidence, there are 2 things that really bug me. The advertisement that has the link that confirms this is a prank, the page that he should have read is the second page, and he'd only find it if he read this small language at the bottom. The second thing is, you all are playing on people who are desperate. We live in desperate times. And the law
100%.
says if you do a prank, that there's a high likelihood that someone's gonna do what you're enticing them to do. They do it and they are harmed. You're bad, but your bill, you must pay for that. And I find against the defendants, and in your favor, I'm going to award $250,000 for your damages, $10,000 for your future medicals, $250,000 for pain and suffering, for a total award of $510,000.
They're clapping.
You don't even deserve it.
That is my final verdict.
You are one of our
That
This is a grown
fans.
man, Your Honor, who
Order in
made
this
the
court.
decision.
He's one of our fans.
Order in this court. That is my final verdict, and this matter is adjourned.
I am very happy for that outcome. It's what I would have done. I'm not a judge, but it's what I would have done as a human with some degree of compassion. The guy obviously lacked some common sense, but what he did have was a whole heap of desperation, and desperation makes normal people do very abnormal things, and I think the radio station preyed on that. I think the fact that they had that link so tiny was hope that people wouldn't click on it. I don't think the radio station actually thought anyone would go through with it, but they didn't protect themselves in case someone did. And ultimately someone did. Look, I laughed through this. It's hard not to laugh, but on a serious level, I do feel very, very sorry for this guy. But in the end, he was compensated. He was compensated extremely well, so he's probably happy that he did it. Case closed.